Hello everyone, welcome back to the Chuuni clan. This is Chuuni here without being in makeup and everything because this is kind of a bit of a urgent-ish video, so to say. So why don't we go ahead and roll the intro and we'll get right into it. Okay, I know I say urgent. It's not like an emergency or anything, it's kind of more of a we need someone to talk about it ASAP because in a few hours after this has been uploaded, you can check out the actual event that will be covered live with our very own Rika on the Chuuni Clan Twitch channel for none other than live commentary of the 2-day Japan Championship 2024 for Shadowverse Evolve. And guys, we're going to be talking about today. So we have just recently come out roughly 3 weeks after the release of BPO9. You can check that out over here. And we see that there are what seems to be 4 high tier contenders for this upcoming event. We start off with none other than good old Puppet Forest. Is just able to take out boards easily, is able to overwhelm opponents with a lot of pressure. Orchid's very, very good card. It's very synergistic with a lot of combo shenanigans and all that. It still has like a lot of its solid cards from earlier sets. This is the Forest Craft deck to beat. Not exactly the deck of the 4 mega beat, but it's able to deal with a lot of the more board oriented meta that we're transitioning out of when it comes to both BPOA and BPO9 alike. Speaking of board based decks, and our deck that we definitely will keep an eye out on would be along the likes of Chromatic Aggro Sword, named after none other than Chromatic Duel, to work with our Queen Magnus the black and Queen Chimera the white to make a bunch of buff night tokens along with playing our both old aggro tools like Ralmia Sonic Racer as well as new aggro tools like Celia Sky Commander. It just does what it's supposed to do, overwhelm you very, very quickly, jab, 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 die on like turn 6. Get screwed. Dirt Room again is eating very well. Truth Seeker Faust being a very easy way to build up stack, getting out the deck and try to find more useful cards and be able to easily just give that power up to the board with his passive Earthright, along with the new Sarah Dwang Eternity Hunter to get more damage onto the board with her potion spells to and take out boards easily while damaging your opponent. Not to mention, thanks to Summoning Circle, we have made cards like Ancient Alchemist good again. So Dirt is able to be very, very good at establishing very, very nasty stack setups and use all of it to great advantage to overwhelm the opponent with a lot of burn and combat damage very, very quickly. And to counteract that, we have Amulet Control Haven. It is very much led by Godsword Alexio from a previous set. Her ability to just recuperate and deal damage to followers and the board is very, very powerful. And having access to amulets like Moria Emporium and White Fang Temple from BPO9 both, these have really helped to keep Amulet Haven in the game doing very, very well. But that's not to say we should also discount some of the lower tier picks. There are decks that came out of more recent sets like BPO7, Virgin Steel, BPO8. These could still do very, very decently. Natura Combo Force, yes, it may not feel the incentive to play full Natura, but being able to play the likes of old cards like Ancient Elf help to stabilize this deck towards building up slowly towards the Lagica big push sort of thing. The deck could still be scary if left unanswered in time. Then we have Natura's Sword. It still tries to build up some nasty boards, power up things, power up Miscellanea for some big swings, but on top of that, because of Natura's ability to just draw a bunch of cards and go to the deck very quickly. Splashing in the likes of Sparkus from BP09 will definitely help to give Natura Sword an alternate win condition should the likes of Dragon face damage with an unanswered Baleon or a Miscellanea does not quite work out. Then we move over to another Natura deck, the discard Natura Dragon deck. Its ability to remain relatively healthy throughout the game across its usual Natura suspects as well as Draco Master's Rights should the need arise, along with being able to just do incremental burn damage over time with both Draco Master's Rights and Shadow's Corrosion, whether it be played on its own or via Valgame Forest Shadow. The damage ticks up bit by bit, but gets out of hand very, very quickly. Burn damage is still a very powerful way to end games in Shadowverse Evolve, even up until this BP09 format. And we also move over to Abyss. We have 2-cost Abyss. This is to abuse the likes of Crimson Rose Queen to do a bunch of face damage, as well as, because you're playing a lot of 2-cost followers, you're able to play effectively an aggro deck that's able to do a big burst finisher across the likes of Crimson Rose Queen with both the Thorn Burst token along with her reveal your hand of cost 2s and just do a bunch of damage to the face that way. And optional, you can also play Maisha, Hero of Purgation, along with Purgation's Blade to be able to whack a ton of damage while also getting rid of a problematic follower in the way doing so. And of course, staying in Abysscraft, we have the new, well, not really new, but the revitalized, the much improved, the Vampire back deck, playing the new Vania and her dual-sided Evolve, along with Raven Engine, the old Vampire King. These all help to make Bax a possible real contender by just being able to overwhelm opponents over time with a bunch of Rush, Bane, take out opponents' early board establishment while threatening burn damage and such in the later part of the game. Very, very, very nice deck. And of course, from there we move on over to our Dark Horse picks. These are like things that people will not really suspect, but will not be surprising if people were to bring them. There are 2 primary suspects, I feel, in this category. We have Staying Abyss, Control Abyss, being able to Death Breath into, say, Israfil from BP04, Cosmic Mythos. That card being able to both heal 4 and Wrestling Evolve, deal 5 damage to the board, have Ward on top of her already big 10-10 stat line. That's very, very huge. Still being able to play the likes of Ginsetsu, the 9-tailed fox, to have all your 1-tailed fox tokens and just have them be able to threaten a lot of face damage with the additional 1 attack buff to Yokai. That's very, very powerful. You're still going to play a bit of your powerful board and hand disruptions, Whispers of a Dream from the Idol Master Singer Girls set. It's still a very powerful removal card for just any cost 3 or lower follower in general, while also milling 1 as a cost 2 as a very, very handy spell. And Sonata of Silence being both your choice of a random discard from your opponent's hand or resurrecting your Ruling Eye, Omen of Silence from BP05, Omens Eternal. These are all very powerful plays, and of course you make the Necro Charge 10 requirement, you get both things, and that means you also get Ruling Eye's ability to pop more followers. You're just able to keep your opponent's resources at bay, especially against the likes of the aggro decks that just try to vomit their hand out, and they'll just eventually be stuck top decking, and hopefully you slow down the game enough to take it from there. Another similar kind of strategy that will do something like that would be none other than the cool mid-range build for the Idol Master Singer Girls. It's still able to play powerful cards like Chie to bring out any cost to cool from the deck. It's able to still play the likes of Fumika for some easy board summon while also doing damage on top of that, and still being able to play the tripartite Usuke Shimamura, Rin Shibuya, and Mio Honda tripartite engine to make an easily overwhelming board. These could overwhelm opponents who are not quite prepared. So that being said, I think it's going to be a relatively exciting meta. It's going to be quite a bit of a fight between the likes of more aggressive decks versus some of the slower mid-range slash control decks. So definitely excited to see where we will see this upcoming JCS 2024 first 2024. So again, be sure to tune into our Twitch to catch the live commentary from Rika and other guests throughout tonight, tomorrow. Very exciting, fun event. Hope to see y'all there. That will catch you. Continue to embrace the girls. We'll catch you over in this video. Bye bye.